So let's check an example for matrix multiplication. So let there be two matrices, say A with order m by n and matrix B with order p by q. Okay. So let's consider an example. If we are considering A 0 0, A 0 1, A 0 2, second will be A10, A11 and A12. Then A20, A21, A22. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. If m equals n equals 3, this is a 3 by 3 matrix. If m equals n equals 0, n equals 3, then in programming, we know that array index will vary from 0 to size minus 1. So 0 to m minus 1 and 0 to n minus 1. So 0 to 2 and again 0 to 2. So in the last program, we were discussing the loop variables I corresponds to the row and j corresponds to column. So here I will vary from 0 to 2, j will varying from 0 to 2. You can see how it is varying. Our first value is I, second value will be j. So you can just check how the matrix element index are varying. So this is a simple case. And next, if we let's take matrix B of order 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 means 3 row and 2 columns. So you can write like say B, B00, B01, again B10, B11, B20 and B21. So if this be the case, this is a 3 row and 2 columns. So this is a 3 by 2 matrix. Here P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 2. So this is another example. And let's try if they can be multiplied together. So what is the first rule for multiplication? What is the rule for multiplication? If you need to add A and B, then only if n equals P, that is number of columns of A and number of rows of B should be same. Only if number of columns of the first matrix and number of rows of second matrix are equal, then only you can multiply. And when we proceed to multiplication, so here m and n are order of first matrix. So here m is equal to 3, n is equal to 3. Similarly, for second matrix B, it is order is P by Q. So here P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 2. And here multiplication is possible. Okay, multiplication, it is possible. Why? Because n equals P is equal to 3. So here as n and P are equal, this is a rule for multiplication. N should be equal to P. So if that be the case, that is the column number of first matrix and row number of second matrix should be same. So n is equal to P. And next is, what is the order of resultant matrix? Resultant matrix, what is the order? If A, m by n is multiplied with B, P by Q, if n and P are equal, the resultant matrix will be the order of m by Q. So that is another thing which you should remember. Resultant matrix, okay, resultant matrix, it has the order of m by q. So m number of rows and q number of columns for the resultant matrix. And now let's take the first case. What will be the resultant matrix, the first element? If it is a Rus 0, 0, how you will take it? First element is obtained by multiplying each element of first row of first matrix with the first column of second matrix. Okay, that's the basic thing of matrix multiplication. So if you have any doubt, you can check some other simple examples. So I am continuing with the assumption that you know the basic logic of how to do matrix multiplication. So first row is multiplied with the first column. So to get the first element, so it will be A00, B00 plus A01 into B10 plus A02 into B20. So this is how you get the first element. And what about the second element? Second element, say RES01, that will be equal to first row of first element into second column of second element, a second matrix. So how you write it? A00 into B01 plus A01 into B11 plus A02 into B21. So you get the second element. One more example we will take, that is to get the second row, that is 1 0, second row and first column. So how we will get 1 0? RES 1 0 will be second row into first column, that will be A10 into B00 plus A11 into B10 plus A12 into B20. So we have three matrix element values. So from this you can understand one thing. In each of this case, let's take the loop variable as I and j. Okay. So here the first value will be I and the second variable it can be j. So in all these three cases, this is here 1 and 0. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Same here also 0, 1. When I is 0 and j is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So that means we have to get the value res ij. Ij corresponds to the to an index values. Res ij is equal to, and you are adding it, different products are actually added. So it can be written as res ij is equal to res ij plus, and what is the product that is to be added? That is product of A and B, and then only we need to realize the index. Okay, so A first is I, and second thing you don't know, into B, last is j. So you know this much, and in between you know that it is varying from 0, in both case 0, then in both case 1, in both case 2. Here also 0 0, 1 1, 2 2. So in these two cases, in all cases these two values are same. That is another variable. So let's define another loop variable, say k. So this will be aik star b kj. So how did you get this step? If you have any doubt, you do a matrix multiplication by yourself and compare each and every element. From this example, it will be clear how we proceeded to this step. And as res ij, in each case, it is the values updated by the sum of various products. It should be initialized to 0, as we do in all cases. Only whenever you define a variable for adding something, the value should be initialized to 0. Then only you will get the correct value. So first step, it should be initialized to 0, and then it should be proceeded like res ij is equal to res ij plus A and B is the product. From this, by carefully verifying the indices, we wrote this. Okay, A row number is I, B column number is J, and in between, that is A column number and B row number is K, and K is varying from 0 to 2. So in this case, 0 to 2 means this value. So here, one more thing you need, I corresponds to the raw number of resultant matrix. So I will be varying from 0 to m minus 1. J is the column number of resultant matrix, that is Q. So J will be varying from 0 to Q minus 1. And the third variable K. K will be varying from 0 to, these two values are same. So here this is N, this is P. So K will be varying from 0 to N minus 1 or 0 to P minus 1. Both are equal, as N and P are equal. Or multiplication is possible only if N equals P. Okay, so n and p are equal if we proceed to multiplication. So k is varying from 0 to n minus 1. I and j corresponds to raw number of resultant matrix, and j corresponds to column number of resultant matrix. So all the basic theory that you need to understand is given here. So based on this, we can proceed to the program. So header file included, then starting the main function, we need two matrices. 2 A and B are the input matrices. Then for multiplying and getting the product, we have another matrix, say res, and we gave a very high value, say 10 by 10. So maximum 10 by 10 can be operated in the program, and then we are asking the user for the order of first and the second matrix. So M and N is the first order of the matrix, P and Q are the order of second matrix. So all these we have already discussed in the last program while we were discussing matrix additions. All these are basics of any program dealing with a matrix. So Mn and Pq, the two matrix orders. Then for multiplication, in addition, the last program, what we checked is we checked if M and P are equal, and then we checked if N and Q are equal. Only then addition is possible. But in this case, the order is if N and P are equal, we can do multiplication. So here in this example, we can see that this is a 2 by 3 matrix and 3 by 2 matrix. If N and P, here N is 3 and P is 3. So if N and P are same, then matrix multiplication is possible and the resultant matrix is of the order of M by Q, that is 2 by 2. So I have given a very simple example to verify if you have any doubt in between. So N and P are, if they are equal, then we can proceed with multiplication. So we are asking the user for the first matrix. All these I have already discussed in detail in the last program. So the two matrices are entered. First entering the first matrix, then entering the second matrix, and each of these you need two loops. The outer loop is for the row and the inner loop is for the column. So now you have A and B value. Then we are proceeding with the multiplied matrix. So this thing also I already explained earlier. So check that I corresponds to the, what is I? I corresponds to row of resultant matrix. Okay, so row of resultant matrix means it is M. So that's why we give I is equal to 0, I less than M, I plus plus. Second loop corresponds to column of resultant matrix. Okay, so column of resultant matrix. So J is 0 to Q minus 1. So because here it is resultant matrix, what is the order? It is M by Q. So that's why it is 0 to M minus 1 and 0 to Q minus 1. And within both these loops, first res ij is initialized to 0, as that is calculating the sum of different products of A and B elements. So first it is initialized to 0 and then you start the third loop, which is K, and K is varying from 0 to N minus 1 or K is 0 to P minus 1, as N and P are same. So K is equal to 0, K less than N, K plus plus. Then what we are doing here, you can either give plus plus or K plus plus. Whether it is pre-increment or post-increment, there is no difference. Here you can write in both ways. Then res ij equals res ij plus aik star bkj. How this step came, I have explained earlier with the example. Okay, then while printing, after each element you need some space. Okay, so if that be the case, you can add slash t also here. Okay, if you put slash t, there will be some space in between various elements, and then corresponding to the I loop, we are giving slash n. So hope the program is clear. So let's execute. So till this part, that is asking user for the order of the two matrices, then asking the user for first matrix and second matrix. This is same for matrix addition and multiplication. The only difference is calculating the product matrix and printing it. That's the only difference. So let's check the output. We'll give the same thing. Order of first matrix, here it is 2 by 3. Second matrix, it is 3 by 2. Then first matrix values 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Second matrix, it is 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1. So you'll be getting 6, 5, 8, 8. You are getting the product matrix.